Losing teams cry to the cameras. They blame the ref. They go home and sulk. What they don't do is file legal paperwork against FIFA itself. But that's exactly what Egypt did. Less than 24 hours after the most controversial exit of this entire World Cup, Egypt didn't just complain, they demanded an investigation and asked FIFA to throw the entire refereeing team off the tournament. This isn't a tantrum, this is a federation putting FIFA on trial in public. And here's the problem for FIFA. There is no way out of this that doesn't make them look guilty. Here's what actually happened. Egypt were flying. Their best World Cup ever. First ever group stage progression, first ever knockout win, 1 foot in a first ever quarterfinal. Then it all came apart against Argentina in the final minutes, and not in a way anyone shrugged off. Egypt's federation released a statement so sharp it read less like a complaint and more like a mission statement, saying they cannot remain silent over what they called a failure to properly use VAR, and that profound questions had been raised about fairness. Their federation president, Hani Aborda, went further, personally accusing French referee François Letexier of a double standard that cost Egypt the match. He didn't ask for a review. He demanded the whole officiating crew be pulled from the tournament entirely. Think about that for a second. A federation president publicly telling FIFA, "Your referee cost us the World Cup, now remove him." And this didn't happen in a vacuum. It landed on a FIFA already drowning in complaints from other nations this same tournament. So before we get to the verdict, you need to understand exactly what happened on the pitch, because this is where it gets messy. Let's rewind to the actual football. Egypt were up 1-0 when Mostafa Mohamed finished off an 80-yard team move to make it 2-0, goal of the tournament stuff. Then VAR stepped in and rewound almost 20 seconds to the other end of the pitch, found a shirt tug and a stepped-on toe from Marwan Attia and wiped the goal off the board. Gone. Just like that. Fast forward to stoppage time, score level, and Egypt are screaming for a foul in Argentina's box, a shirt pull, a tangle involving Mohamed Salah. VAR doesn't even bother to look. No review. Argentina break away and score the winner seconds later. 2 incidents, same match, wildly different treatment. And here's why this isn't just Egyptian fans being sore losers. Listen to who backed them up. Rob Green, on the American broadcast, said the disallowed goal was never within VAR's jurisdiction because the foul happened a full pitch length away. Alan Shearer cut straight to the contradiction. Either both incidents are fouls or neither is. Ian Wright said flat out that if you're pulling back for the Argentina goal, you pull back for the Salah incident too. Jamie Carragher said in any major European league, that goal stands even after review. And it wasn't just the English commentariat. German referee Patrick Ittrich said of the missed penalty appeal, "For me, that's a penalty," and added that every contentious call in that match went against Egypt. When that many neutral voices with zero stake in the outcome all land on the exact same conclusion, a federation's complaint stops sounding like sore loser noise and starts sounding like a legitimate case. This wasn't one bad call, it was 2 opposite standards applied in the same 90 minutes, one strict, one non-existent, and Egypt paid for both of them. Now here's what makes this dangerous for FIFA. Egypt's complaint didn't land on a clean desk, it landed on a pile of them. Belgium already filed over a red card reversal. Ecuador filed after Mexican fans surrounded their hotel with horns and fireworks the night before a match. Iran filed a protest over brutal travel restrictions that had their squad crossing the US-Mexico border repeatedly around every group game. That's 4 different nations, 4 completely different grievances, all pointing fingers at the same governing body in a single tournament. That's not bad luck, that's a pattern, and federations have clearly started noticing. Underneath it all sits the scandal that cracked FIFA's credibility wide open in the first place. The President of the United States personally phoning FIFA and a red card suspension quietly reversed using a clause never before invoked at a World Cup. That single moment blew a hole in FIFA's integrity, and every controversy since has fallen straight into that crater.
So when Egypt's coach, Hassam Hassan, said on camera this match was rigged and the whole world saw it and suggested FIFA simply wanted Messi kept in the tournament, it didn't sound like paranoia to a lot of people. His forward went further, calling the whole tournament rigged and accusing the referee of discarding an entire nation's work. And whether or not you buy a word of the conspiracy angle, here's the actual crisis for FIFA. They now have to respond to a formal complaint from a member federation on the record demanding accountability. You can't just ignore that. So they didn't, and their response is where this story really turns. FIFA's chief refereeing officer, Pierluigi Collina, broke his silence, but not with an inquiry, not with concern. He came out swinging in full defense mode. Unfounded allegations have no place in our sport, he said, insisting nobody can question the integrity of World Cup officials and warning the accusations could put referees and their families at risk. He even said FIFA refereeing cannot be influenced by anyone, not even FIFA president Gianni Infantino. Then he individually defended both disputed calls: no time limit on VAR reviewing a foul in a build-up, a clear foot stamp on Atia, and the Salah incident being normal football contact. Read that back. Egypt asked for an investigation. FIFA's answer, within a day, was to declare its referees did nothing wrong at all. Now, to be fair, Collina isn't entirely wrong on the letter of the law. Stepping on someone's foot is a foul. The rules genuinely don't cap how far back VAR can review a build-up. Even the German referee who called the missed penalty appeal a clear penalty admitted VAR's actual procedure was followed correctly. And Collina's point about abuse towards officials is real and serious. That part deserves respect. It's also worth saying plainly, Egypt were 2-0 up with 11 minutes left and didn't hold on. No referee made Christian Romero lose his man or made Messi's shot fly in. Some of this Egypt did to themselves. But none of that changes the trap FIFA just walked into. Here's the truth. Whatever FIFA does next, they lose. Follow the logic through. If FIFA clears the officials, which Collina has functionally already done before any real investigation, it looks exactly like a cover-up, especially from an organization that just bent its own disciplinary rulebook for a phone call from Donald Trump days earlier. Nobody buys "our referees are independent" from the same body that just proved the opposite. A clean bill of health convinces nobody and confirms every suspicion. But flip it. If FIFA quietly drops Letexier and his crew from the rest of the tournament, that's a silent admission the officiating was wrong. And if it was wrong, Argentina advanced on bad calls, and every rigged accusation just got stamped as legitimate. There's no third door here that rebuilds trust, because the trust is already gone. And here's exactly how to catch it happening. FIFA never publicly announces referee reviews. Quarterfinal officials get named only a day or two before kickoff, so watch the team sheet. If Letexier's name simply vanishes from the quarters, semis, or final with zero explanation, that's your answer. A silent disappearance is how an organization admits fault without ever admitting fault out loud. Egypt fly home with the best World Cup in their history and a permanent conviction it was taken from them by a rulebook applied two different ways in the same match. Argentina march on to face Switzerland, and FIFA sits in the middle holding a complaint it cannot honestly answer, because every honest answer indicts either its officials or itself. So tell me, does FIFA quietly bench the referee or dig in and clear everyone? Drop your prediction in the comments before the quarterfinal officials get announced, and subscribe because we're watching that team sheet.